We are starting work. On the View ribbon, we are disabling Grid, we are enabling Ortho, and on the bottom status bar, we are disabling Toggle Snap. On the System ribbon, we are enabling 3D View. On the Architecture ribbon, we are selecting the Wall icon. By clicking the Global Library yellow icon, we are selecting a wall from the standard library. We are indicating the starting point of the wall, its direction, and we are entering its length. We are confirming with Enter. We are moving the cursor again. Now we are entering the length and confirming. We are repeating the procedure for other walls. The entered length is automatically put in the bottom taskbar. We can confirm the inserted data using Enter or with the Apply button at the bottom of the screen. We are ending the command with a right click. Pressing the scroll wheel and moving the mouse allows us to move the drawing. We are enabling drawing walls again. From Project Library, we are selecting a one-layer wall to outline the garage. Entity snaps can automatically find the wall corner on which we are going to click. We are selecting Wall Edge. We are showing the direction, entering the length, and confirming with Enter. To insert a wall that is perpendicular to an existing one, we're using the red entity snaps. We are ending the command with a right click or with the Cancel button at the bottom of the screen. We are inserting internal walls. We are clicking the reference option and the inner corner of the walls. We are showing a direction and entering the length of the room. We are confirming with Enter. The inserted figure is the distance between the closest wall edges, so in this case we have to change the edge of the inserted wall to the opposite one. When the perpendicular snap symbol appears, we are clicking the wall, thus creating a room. We are right-clicking to end the option. Then we are repeating the procedure for other walls. The edge that is used to insert the wall is marked red, with circled at its beginning and end. After ending the option, it can be enabled again with a right click. Existing walls are detected and indicated with a dashed line. Existing walls can be modified by selecting them and then selecting the proper option from the action bar. Extend wall. We are clicking the edge to extend, and we are also clicking its new position. Split wall. To divide a wall into two parts, we are clicking the place of the division. Trim wall. This option is similar to extending a wall. If the space between walls is not supposed to create a room, we have to select the Appearance of Room description for this space and click the Hide Room icon in the action bar. We are selecting the Floor on Ground option from the Ceilings ribbon. We can divide the function of a room into two different ones using a virtual wall, which will divide this room into two parts. We can create the floor in an individual room by clicking on the Floor on Ground icon in the action bar. The Door option is available in the Architecture ribbon. Doors can be selected from the standard library. We are disabling Entity Snaps in the View ribbon, and we are showing the position of the selected door. After selecting the door, we can select the Swap Opening Direction option in the action bar. We are inserting other doors. After selecting a door, we can select the Swap Opening Direction option in the action bar. The Opening option will cut an opening in a selected wall. We are selecting the Door option in the Architecture ribbon. We are entering the properties. We are changing the type to Garage Door. We are changing the door scheme, which will change its appearance. We are inserting the clear width and overall height of the opening, and we are clicking OK to confirm the new door. We are inserting the door in the symmetry axis of the wall. The Door option is available on the Architecture ribbon. We are selecting a window from the standard library, and we are inserting it by selecting its position on the projection. After entering the properties, we can change its type to Balcony Door. We are setting its clear width and overall height. We are confirming with OK and inserting it in the projection. After selecting the balcony door, we can move it by holding a blue grip and shifting it to another position. While we do it, we may find useful the enabled entity snaps. We are inserting another balcony door. After selecting an object and pressing its icon on the ribbon, it is possible to copy all its properties to another object. After selecting the balcony door and entering its properties, we can change the height of the threshold. We are selecting the outer walls of the building by clicking on them. We are selecting the textured surface icon using the Surfaces button in the action bar. By clicking it, we can select a texture file. We are repeating the procedure for the garage walls. We can mix the color of the inserted texture with any other color. We are selecting the Ceiling Automatically option from the Ceilings ribbon. We are inserting the ceiling by clicking any room. we are selecting the column option from the architecture ribbon. In the item bar, we are selecting its reference point. We are enabling the reference option. We are enabling the entity snaps on the status bar. We are clicking on the corner of the building, we are showing the direction and entering the distance from the selected column corner to the closest garage wall. We can insert the column in the middle of a selected line segment. After selecting columns and right-clicking, we are selecting the copy option. We are specifying the base points and the place to put it. After selecting columns and right-clicking, we're selecting the Move option. We are selecting the displacement option from the command bar and entering the value using a decimal comma, if we are moving the column pillar horizontally and vertically, namely 0,182, and confirming accepting. We are selecting the ceiling. Then we are moving the grip in the corner to a new position. We are repeating the procedure for other grips. We are selecting the ceiling and the Add Point option in the action bar. On the outline of the ceiling, we are selecting 4 points that will become the new corners. We are terminating the command with a right-click. We are selecting the ceiling outline and moving 2 grips onto columns, thus creating an overhang over the ground floor. We are selecting the Winder Stairs icon from the architecture ribbon. We are clicking the starting point of the stairs and then on the first bend of the flight. From the item bar, we are selecting the width icon and entering the width of the flight. We are clicking the Apply button or the Enter key. We are selecting the consecutive corners of the stairs. We are ending the command with a right click. The stairs have cut an opening in the ceiling. It can be edited by selecting the outline and then selecting the Remove Point option from the action bar. We are selecting the superfluous corners of the hole by left-clicking them. We are ending the command with a right-click. We can add a level in the Project Manager window. We are selecting the name of the level, we are right-clicking, and from the list we are selecting Add Level Above. In the displayed window, we can enter the name of the level and select the contents to be copied from the existing level. To modify the projection, we are selecting the elements we don't need and deleting them with the Delete key. All the windows on the selected active level can be selected in the Project Manager window. To make further modifications, we can divide an existing wall and insert new ones using the same procedures as those used when drawing on level 0. If the layers of the wall we are drawing should be reordered, we use the Reorder Layers button in the action bar. We are entering the roof. On the Architecture ribbon, we are selecting the Auto Roof icon. In the displayed window, we are entering the knee wall height, eave protrusion, and roof pitch. We are confirming, then selecting any room and clicking on it. We don't cut objects before modifying the roof. We are selecting the roof we have just inserted, and we are entering its properties. We are selecting a roof slope, and in the parameters table, we are selecting the gable wall. Then we are selecting the part of the roof that we want to have a different knee wall height, and we are modifying it. We can also change the pitch of particular parts of the roof. We are confirming the changes, and now we can cut the objects. The missing walls will be added by inserting a new level. This is why we are clicking on the icon before the name of the level in order to activate it. Then we are right-clicking and selecting Add Level Above. To copy, we are selecting nothing except the walls. To cut the inserted walls, we are clicking the icon before the name of the roof, and from the available icons, we are choosing Cut Objects. We are activating the 3D view by double-clicking on it in order to select protruding elements and delete them. We are double-clicking next to our drawing, thus activating the View 1 tab from the Project Manager window. From the Architecture ribbon, we are selecting the dormer option. We are clicking Double Slope Dormer, and we are entering its properties. We are modifying its width, pitch, and eave protrusion. We are changing the edge, and we are selecting the position. We are not cutting objects before we modify the dormer. In the Project Manager window, we are moving to the roof. In the projection, we are selecting the dormer and entering its properties. We are modifying the setting heights and selecting Opening to Roof Slope Edge. After confirming, we are cutting objects. We are going back to the Level 2 projection, and we are dividing the wall that is shutting out the dormer. We are deleting the unnecessary part of the wall. We are selecting the wall, entering its properties and modifying its height. We are clicking the Set Height icon, and in Starting Height, we are typing the wall height. We are repeating the procedure for the remaining walls. If a part of the roof crosses a wall, we have to go for the Ignore Cut option. We are filling in the missing walls by extending them. There is also a possibility to insert roof windows in the roof. We can insert furniture and decor, 3D objects, in the design. On the System ribbon, we are selecting the Object Explorer icon. Objects can be inserted from the library individually by putting them in the projection one by one. Objects can be categorized within layouts and then inserted as groups. We are selecting a catalog and a layout. We are double-clicking the layout and then selecting a position in the projection. If a layout doesn't exactly fit in the design, we can select it, use the Explode Layout option, and then shift individual elements. We are selecting the Virtual Wall option from the Architecture ribbon and using it to outline the entrance area. This way, a room has been created so that we can insert the floor in it. At the moment, we can see all the levels in the design. To make the projection look clearer, we have to disable the visibility of some levels in the Project Manager window. To this end, we need to click on the bulb behind the name of a level. We are changing the names of the rooms and finishing of the floors. We are selecting the first Appearance of Room description and entering the properties. We are choosing the name of a room from the list, or we are typing it. We can change the flooring material by clicking its name and selecting a new one through the yellow icon of available materials. We are clicking OK to save the changes, and we are modifying the remaining rooms. To place the building in a terrain, we are inserting a new level below it. We are selecting the ramp option from the Architecture ribbon, and we are inserting the drive and the main entrance. We are inserting a low wall around the terrace above the garage. To this end, we need to switch on the visibility of level 1, enable it, and select the rectangular solid, axis or edge option from the architecture ribbon. We are entering its properties and changing the width and height of the object. We can also adjust the texture on the inserted objects. After confirming the data, we are inserting the solid by selecting its start and end. While drawing, we can change the edge. From the landscape ribbon, we are selecting the spot height option. We are entering the point height in the item bar and we are inserting new data, e.g. 30 centimeters below level 0, which is minus 0.30. Then, while zooming out, we are inserting 4 points outside the contour of the building in order to show the terrain around. We are terminating the command with a right click. In the architecture ribbon, we are selecting the solid option and we are using it to draw a terrace in front of the building. We are entering the properties in order to change the lower edge level and the texture on the top surface. After clicking OK, we are inserting the solid by selecting its subsequent corners. We can enable the ortho option from the view ribbon and indicate directions and enter the lengths of the remaining sides.
Please state your name